The comparison between Philippines Basic Education, Secondary Level and Canada Basic Education, Secondary Level.
A very pleasant to each and everyone. This is Rose Jane Luardo Salvano, all the way from the cave capital of the Philippines, Canguhob, Mabinay, Negros Oriental. I am a 21 years old, a third-year college student currently studying at Negros Oriental State University in Mabinay campus, taking up a program of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Filipino. This is my self-video presentation for the task number 4 in ED 301, the teacher and the school curriculum. So, today, I will share and discuss these four following questions. The first, the comparison of the teacher qualification between the Philippines Basic Education Secondary Level and the Canada Basic Education Secondary Level. Next is the professional engagement and the support of teachers. Is the Philippines supporting our professional growth, or is the government concerned to the faculty members and etc.? And the third is try to take a look the sample of a faculty department program. The last one, the organizational structure. To begin with, the first question, the teacher qualification in Canada. A frontier, we are committed to the success of all students and see quality education as the opportunity to live and prepare to live a good life. Providing meaningful and appropriate education is a shared responsibility to a member of a frontier family. Frontier School Division is defined by its friendly people, its cultural diversity, and the natural beauty of its environment. These characteristics live through our teaching and support staff who provide quality education for more than 6,500 students in 43 northern, rural, and remote communities. These are the needed of the faculty. The teachers of academic subjects requires a bachelor's degree in education, which is often preceded by a bachelor's degree in the arts or science. The second, teachers of vocational or technical subjects requires a bachelor degree in education, which is usually preceded by specialized training or experience in the subject. The third, instructors of trade in Quebec requires completion of an apprenticeship training program and industry or trade certification. And the fourth, department heads usually requires several years of teaching experience. Next is to specialize in special education or English or the French as a second language. Additional training is required. Next, a provincial teaching certificate is required also, and membership is a provincial or territorial teachers association for federation may be required. To become a high school teacher, also known as a secondary school teacher in Canada, you need 4 years of post-secondary education leading to a Bachelor of Education or the B.Ed degree. Students enrolled in B.Ed programs must typically choose at least 2 subjects areas of concentration. Specific requirements may vary from province to province. In Canada and the USA, or the United States, most Bachelor of Education or Teacher Education, also known as a teacher preparation, programs involve learning how to properly and effectively present information to students, as well as how to work with students with of varying abilities. The programs typically include fieldwork, such as student teaching. In the United States, the requirements are slightly different and vary from state to state. All states require public high school teachers to have at least a bachelor's degree. Many states require high school teachers to have a major in a specific area such as biology and or math. During their undergraduate years, prospective teachers enroll in their higher educations, which is the teacher education program, and may take classes in education and child psychology as well. While in the teacher's qualification in Philippines, the standard teaching credential in the Philippines is a 4-year bachelor's degree. The elementary school teachers are qualified through a Bachelor of Elementary Education, and the secondary school teachers through a Bachelor of Secondary Education. The curriculum for both these programs are tailored to the level of education and is set by Commission for Higher Education and consists of general education subjects, education-related subjects, subject specializations, and practical teaching. For those in the bachelor's degree in other field can also qualify to becoming a teacher by complementing a postgraduate program in education. These postgraduate programs range from 1 semester to 1 year in length and are completed by awarding a credential most commonly referred as a certificate of professional education. According to research, there are over 2,000 higher education institutes in total in the Philippines, out of which approximately 600 are public and 1,500 are private. Additionally, there are also international preparatory schools that offer a range of opportunities for those seeking a teaching job. The teacher's licensure exam that teachers are expected to take at the end of their program has proven to very competitive. In the past, while enrollment for this program was as high as approximately 3 million, only 17% of them completed the degree. Furthermore, only 29% of the students cleared the licensure for elementary and 28% for secondary, which means that only 5 out of 100 students enrolled in teacher education program in the Philippines become qualified to teach. In the Bachelor of Secondary Education, or the BSEd, is a 4-year degree program designed to prepare students for becoming a high school teachers. The program combines both theory and practice in order to teach students the necessary knowledge and skills a high school teacher needs. The program to produce competent teachers who provide a concise learning experience to their students. So the similarities of both countries is that when it comes to qualification of teachers, they both need a 4-year bachelor's degree. The second question, professional engagement and support of teacher. By recognizing the importance of professionalizing standards for teachers and for their continuous development, the Department of Education, or the DepEd, through the Teacher Education Council, or the TEC, adopted the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, or the PPST. In DepEd Order number 42 series of 2017, or the National Adoption and Implementation of the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, including Secretary Leonor Magtulis Briones, stated that the new set of standards for teachers is propelled by the introduction of national and international framework such as the K-12 program and Asian integration. So the PPSD outlines the required skills and competences of quality teachers, enabling them to cope with the emerging global frameworks. The PPSD basically aims to set the clear expectation of the teachers along well-defined career stages of professional development from beginning to distinguished practice. Next is engage teachers to actively embrace a continuing effort in attaining proficiency and apply a uniform measures to assess teacher performance, identify needs, and provide support for professional development. The Secretary Briones pointed out that the PPSD will be the basis for all learning and development programs for teachers to ensure that they are properly equipped to effectively implement the K-12. The teacher quality for the 21st century, the PPSD targets to produce better teachers in the country by improving their qualification skills, by increasing their levels of knowledge, practice, and professional engagement. There are 6 modules that PPSD are. The 6 modules of the PPSD are the following: the Department of Education, the Filipino teacher, the K-12 curriculum, the teaching process, the learning process, and the last is the school and the community linkage. They are also all anchored on the 7 domains that quality teachers should exhibit, including content knowledge and pedagogy, learning environment, diversity of learners, curriculum and planning, assessment and reporting, community linkage and professional engagement, and the personal growth and the professional development. The career stages anchored on the principle of lifelong learning. The set of professional standards for teachers articulates their development progression. There are the career stage. There are 4 career stage. The first, or the career stage 1, or the beginning teacher, have gained the qualifications for entry into teaching position. The second, the career stage 2, or the profession teacher, are professionally independent in the application of the skills vital to the teaching and learning process. And the third, career stage, or highly professional teachers, consistently display a high level of performance in their teaching practice. And the last, the fourth career stage, or the distinguished teachers, exhibits the highest standards of teaching practice in accordance to global best practice. The regional offices are set to orient their respective schools division on the PPSD, including the monitoring and evaluation of its implementation. The school divisions will cascade it to schools, districts, and schools. 2017 PPSD's activities. The DepEd, through the Teacher Education Council, headed by the director Ron V. Mangera, has initiated the PPST workshops on module development, enhance and validation attended by curriculum specialists, school heads, and other stakeholders. Workshop on the development of implementing guidelines for PPST was also conducted in coordination with the Research Center for Teachers Quality, or the RCTQ, and attended by the DepEd regional directors and authors of basic education sectors transformation, or what we call BEST program. The TEC also spearheaded the PPST national rollout, as well as the Teacher Induction Program, or the TIP. The national orientation of trainers in the three clusters in the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, which was participated by DepEd directors, schools division superintendents, the chiefs, the district supervisors, the principals, the education program specialists, the master teachers, and the RCTQ officials. This was followed by TIP module review workshops and module pre-finalization workshops. The concepts of the PPST was first introduced during the first National Assembly of Education Leaders held at PICC, or the Pasay City, and attended by 3,800 education managers nationwide. It was formally launched during the World Teachers Day, or the WTD celebration held in Legazpi City, that was attended by the 6,000 teachers across the country. While in the Canada, the traditional forms of teacher-centered physical education, or the PE, the pedagogy, or are under scrutiny, having been identified as largely ineffective for students in contemporary times. According to Kirk in 2010, cautioned that without radical change to PE, or the program and pedagogies, they would either continue to repeat themselves in their current form as they have done for decades, or become altogether extinct. One avenue for radical reforms is through the development and use of approaches that change the way PE programs and curricula are delivered. However, the development of new approaches alone does not ensure their translation into practice in school. Without robust support during implementation of innovations, there is a risk they will remain ideas detached from the realities of life in school. Indeed, sustained pedagogical change for PE teachers learning to implement innovative approaches has proven to be difficult, requiring both conceptual and practical shifts. Tayak and Kuban in 1995 contained that making lasting changes to teachers' institution has proven to be the most difficult kind of reform. This has highlighted the need for reimagining how teachers receive support as they learn about the innovative PE approaches. It is certainly no secret that one of the keys to student success is academic engagement. If we can just hook students into deeply thinking, analyzing, enjoying, and applying new information, they will increase their learning. So, as teachers spend much of their days pondering the idea of student engagement, I too spend much of my days pondering the same, with one difference. How do we engage teachers? If engagement is good for students, engagement is good for teachers. If teachers are engaged, students are engaged. Teachers need to be engaged. The question is, how does teacher engagement happen? To answer this question, let us take a look at what engagement is, defined by Dr. George Tchool. The engagement's premise is a straightforward and easily understood. The more students study a subject, the more they know about it. And the more students practice and get feedback from faculty and staff members in their writing and collaborative problem solving, the deeper they come to understand that what they are learning, and more adept they become at managing complexity, tolerating ambiguity, and working with other people from different backgrounds or with a different. One of the challenges we face as educators and administrators is taking the what and knowing the how. Dr. Tchool gives us what engagement is, but how we do that? How do we increase teacher engagement? In analyzing the definition, possible answers arise. The more students study a subject, the more they know about it. From my point of view, and in substituting the word students for teachers, this speaks to professional development, increasing the study of the subjects of teaching. To work on this, we get our staff together for weekly professional development. Oftentimes, teachers are asked to read an article or view a video before we get together. With this weekly professional development, we have committed to time set aside each week to learn more. Additionally, teachers are encouraged to attend face-to-face or web-based learning opportunities. The administrative team currently participates in weekly professional development webinars. The second, the more students practice and get feedback from faculty and staff members on their writing and collaborative problem solving. We began this work with our staff in professional learning community discussions. Each week, teachers would meet to discuss teaching and learning. The role of their team partners was to provide feedback. This year, we have been able to kick it up a notch. Teachers observing teachers has become part of our daily practice. Every day, we will find a teacher in colleagues' classroom observing for task design and student engagement. Following this observation, we meet together for feedback. Work is analyzed, questions are answered, and problems are solved. The key component of this work is the discussion following the observation. The third, the deeper they come to understand what they are learning, and the more adept they become at managing complexity, tolerating ambiguity, and working with people from different backgrounds or with different views. In supporting teachers in deepening their understanding, we look for demonstration of their new learning. When we go from the discussion to the practice for doing stage, we know teachers are managing, tolerating, and working with. More than that, we know teachers are finding success. Exciting new ways of demonstrating Demonstrating this understanding have become evident. Teachers are advertising and asking for other teachers to come into their classroom. Come and observe me when I am doing this. Then you will see how I am doing it. Teachers are blogging, sharing, analyzing, and drawing connection to their classroom practices. Teachers are videotaping with work with students to use during our professional development sessions. Teachers are connecting during their out of school time, either face-to-face or virtual networks, to search for answers to their questions. As we continue further into this work, more teachers' engagement is becoming more evident. The outcomes of this work are absolutely rewarding. Student engagement has increased significantly. The outcomes of this, as we continue further into this work, more teachers' engagement is becoming more evident. The outcomes of this work are absolutely rewarding. Student engagement has increased significantly. Less office referrals, more project-based learning, and more collaborative learning opportunities. Energy involvement from teachers has also increased. There has been a purpose and a sense of achievement as I was talking to our international teacher who is here for 1 year on an exchange. His words were like music. The school is different. Teachers talk to each other. This place has a great atmosphere. Let's go to the third question, and the sample of the faculty development program. We must understand gaps produced by cultural differences so that we can address gaps. We must carefully assess skills and foster an individualized approach. The teaching learning should be problem-based. In overall, it is important to remember that the faculty development is but one component is the process of improving teaching and learning for IMGs. To be successful, a number of system issues must also be addressed. This may require all those involved in teaching IMGs to advocate for the resources and support that are needed to ensure their successful integration into medical practice in Canada. While in the Philippines, faculty development programs, the BSD faculty members are committed to professional enhancement and educational contribution. Hence, the department shall endeavor to accomplish the following: increase the number of faculty presenting research or the researches in both national and international conference. Create a pool of resource persons representing various fields of specialization for community outreach, sponsored trainings, and workshops. Increase membership in the professional organizations. Promote continuing education of faculty by sponsoring their participation in campus and off-campus seminars to establish linkage with their professional counterparts from other institutions. Encourage faculty to engage in a learning and correspondence with other foreign scientists to increase their level of expertise and be at par with them. Next is to enhance the potential of the faculty by supporting their bid for dissertation grants, the scholarship trainings abroad, as well as awards and recognition in scientific competitions. High-quality professional training programs for faculty members have become essential to higher education institutions in order to be able to compete in this ever-changing world. It is clear that faculty development has become well established and has grown into a recognized activity within higher education. The professional training programs produce promising outcomes in the learning and teaching practices, and many FDPs have proven effective in developing faculty skills and educational leadership. Indeed, today, faculty development constitutes a strategic lever for institutional excellence and quality, and essentially important means for advancing forward institutional readiness to bring in the desired change is response to the ever-growing complex demands facing universities and colleges. Okay, let's go to the last question. The organizational structure between the Philippines and the Canada of the basic education secondary level. But first, what does organizational structures mean? Organizational structure provides a framework for a vertical control and horizontal coordination of the organization. There are 7 key elements that school administrators need to address when they design their organization's structure. The job specialization, the departmentalization, change of command, authority, and responsibility, centralization or decentralization, line and staff authority, and span of control.